How is everybody today? What are we going to do today? I'm going to be doing black marble with gold. This is supposedly the most expensive black marble in the world. But of course we're doing epoxy, so it should be probably the cheapest black marble in the world, and hopefully even prettier. So we'll see what we get out of this today. All right, get all the black out of there. Don't want to waste any epoxy there. I'll show you guys what I'm going to kind of target, and I hope you guys don't hold me accountable later, but this is a picture of the marble we're supposed to do. This is a real piece of marble, and we'll see what we get out of this. So it's either going to be perfect or not perfect, but either way, we'll have fun. Remember, this is your guys' live, so let us know where you're watching from, and let us know what you want to see next, because we have some fun stuff. I am going to show you guys. I'm polishing some true metal bronze edging today, and even a wood grain countertop I trialed last week out of bronze. How's everybody's Monday today? Did everybody come to work today or wake up today ready for their week? Ready for a fun, hopefully you got rested this weekend and you didn't have one of those weekends where you need a vacation after your weekend. I will do my best. We're going to be doing a black marble countertop, guys, so this should be a fun one. This is probably one of my favorite colors to do, and the exact color accents are a little different, so I'm kind of excited about it. It's going to be gold accents, so we're accenting this with gold veins. So welcome everybody.
The only problem I find when I get attacked by ants, I can't see them.
Oh, you know what? Maybe you need little white spots to catch your ants coming across. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for all the likes, and thanks for tuning in right now today. Really appreciate it. This is actually a very non-hazardous resin, and it's actually good. I'm glad a lot of people out there nowadays are cognizant on their health. Back when I started doing epoxy about 15, 16 years ago, I was really worried because my hands were in it a lot. You know, I was getting it on my skin, and there was all kinds of resin allergies and different things. And fast forward, I mean, it took us years to be able to get into manufacturing and whatnot. And we started asking, like, what are these harmful chemicals people put in resin, and why? Because they advertise that this resin's always so healthy, even when it's not. And what we started learning is, due to the EPA and the FDA not really caring about our health that much, sorry TikTok, but they don't, they allow a lot of chemicals to put up to 3% very harmful carcinogenic products in a lot of resins that you work with, but then they still advertise that resin as what's called zero VOC, meaning there's nothing volatile or organic in it that's evaporating off. Well, that could be untrue by up to 3%, and most resins that is true, and unfortunately they don't have to disclose that, whereas this resin right here, we spent quite a few years making an actual harder, clearer, better performing resin by actually removing those three chemicals. It did take us quite a while to get good, suitable, safe replacements, but that's kind of what's put our company on the map, and it's been exciting to just see people actually care about their health. I feel like you're going to be serving food on it and whatnot and working on it, so you may as well care. My long-winded answer. What do y'all think? We're doing gold veins today. Sometimes we do white, but just my final little push across there, trying to get it spread out. Now for my torching. Everybody having a good Monday morning? What do we got? Say what? Remember, guys, never start a fire. Don't ever do what I do. Just do what I say. I'm spraying clear alcohol down on this, and I did light it on fire just to show you how flammable alcohol can be. And of course, here I'm kind of using it as a quick, lazy way to torch my piece. So don't recommend ever doing this if you're not in a really safe training room, and basically just never do it. But it is fun and it's really efficient. So that is my charcoal, my trans green, my gold, and you have silver there. Let me, should I spray a silver a little bit? What do you think of that? This is 99% isopropyl alcohol with mica powder mixed in with it. I am going to, I'm gonna spray some silver in here, guys. Oh, right here. When the cameraman's the only guy that really knows where everything's at. Okay, a little bit of silver. What's that? Oh man, thank you for sharing about that. This is a fun product. Now, I don't really care that the drops are gonna get up here because I am gonna roll this one more time. I'm gonna just really quickly go over it. That was silver. Maybe a bad idea here, but pearl, just a little bit of pearl. Thank you for all the likes, guys. You guys are so supportive. I don't even know how I have such awesome customers out there that are always so cool to us. A heart, a heart, a heart. You guys are way too sweet.
Is there a decent home DIY way to resurface it with whole laminate tape?
Yeah, make sure that the laminate is bonded well. Make sure you get all the grease and oil, anything like that off the surface. You can use acetone, alcohol. You can even sand it lightly, but remember, like, it's really imperative that you're actually cleaning it as well. So
That look cool.
it does, I think. A little more silver. A little more silver.
How can you get rid of the drips?
The drips, usually you can just wipe those off while it's still wet, and that's much better. Well, guys, I am kind of debating whether I come back across and roll this all in or not, but I think I'm going to do that. So I wanted this, anything on top sprayed to be extremely subtle. So, in fact, you know what? I'm going to do one more approach to this prior to rolling it out.
How would you get rid of the craters?
Why would you?
How would you get
How would you?
rid of the craters?
You could actually spray those different, or torch, or spray a clear alcohol, and they'd all be gone. But right here, this is just, I want there to be a little bit of contrast in this before I actually start veining it. So, let me look at my, you know what? Michael, I misunderstood how you were thinking of this being applied till just now. Michael's a good communicator. I'm not. I'm liking this, actually. I'm actually more excited about this now. I didn't realize you'd mixed me this much silver just for this top. This is fun, guys. This is just a black marble countertop we're going to be pouring. Now, you notice I just purposely just sort of made a mess there, actually. And now I'm just going to brush it around and be as messy as I want to be. It doesn't really matter. The less organized I am, the better off for us and the overall job. Don't ever be afraid, guys. Don't be afraid of anything. There's always Jesus Christ. You can pray to him. And if you're around me, I'll always keep you safe. So, unless you're a Nazi, then I'll kill you. So, or a pedophile. Still kill you. How's everybody today, though? How's all the good people out there? Okay, that's going to lay down very, very nice here, guys. Very, very nice. Wait till you see this torched. I'm actually kind of excited that we did this a little bit late in the process like this. Wait till you see this. This is Countertop Epoxy. Oh man, That really did actually turn out pretty good. I hope you guys get to see that on there. But look at that. That's just smearing a mess around on there. Letting it go. Just making sure I will be able to torch this still. I'm pouring some of this stuff kind of hot, but you know, we're getting a really good three-dimensional aspect down here too. That's okay. I'm gonna torch it a little more now that it's set. Just a little bit of alcohol, guys. And some of them we put actually color in there as well. So this here is just a clear alcohol. I'm gonna just get this nice and warm, get it to relax. You could really slowly just use a heat gun. You could deal with this, the unevenness in any manner of ways. It's a lot simpler and safer than what I'm doing. I'm having too much fun, guys. So.
Oh, what does the alcohol do and what kind of?
That is 99% isopropyl. Now remember, guys, I'm going to be sanding my polished bronze too today. So trying to polish my polished bronze. So it is truly. All right, now for the fun part. I hope I don't mess this up. I think I may grab a metal trowel real quick. Just a regular blade on this though. And you know what I have? I have the perfect blade here. Because what do I have? I have one that this side it looks like not the worst knife in the world, but of course somebody, it might be me, didn't clean it after using it, so now I have a permanent epoxy knife. So I'm just gonna.
Will you sand this when you're done?
I can sand this. Actually, this might be a really nice one to sand. If you notice how thick and pasty our gold is, that is exactly what we want out of that. I'm grabbing a little bit of gold, a little bit of pearl. The alcohol will pop air bubbles for us and really help self-level stuff, or we use it to just get a color on there because we'll mix our translucent powders on there. And we mix the translucent powders in with the alcohol, which really makes a nice way to spray it out on to the countertop, because you can spray about anything out onto to the surface using that alcohol, any of your colors you want to. And then the alcohol evaporates and just leaves you nothing but that solid base. Okay. Not horrible, not horrible. I really like how thick this product is right now, how it's pulling. I know that a lot of people, they quit working with their product when it gets stringy and more tacky, but this is when you're going to be able to get the crispest lines, the best fractures, the best actually really sharp defined patterns you've ever got. So use some of my base color scraped up, just works just as well as anything else, especially when you're doing kind of those dirty pour type pieces. I'll use some of that in there to just kind of mix through. You can also just use a stick only if you think that's a little better control for you.
Can you do an exterior door application?
We could. We would want to spray a urethane to it or something just to make sure that, you know, you have a good UV protective on there. But yeah, that definitely. We have done doors before, actually. My name is Levi Comstock, and I'm from Grand Junction, Colorado. And this is Countertop Epoxy. Thank you for watching our channel. I hope you guys all hit the like button, the subscribe, the follow, whatever you guys want. You guys are too amazing. This is probably one of the best groups I've ever seen of our customers ever since I've been going live with you guys. So we do this and YouTube, and the reason we have this channel is it's really important that as a manufacturer, I'm the owner of a very small company, but it's really important to me that as a small company owner that I understand what my customers need and want, and I have to find ways to communicate with them daily. And these live videos are a really good way of me knowing exactly, being able to communicate with you how to use our products properly and find out what challenges you guys may have that nobody knows or nobody's talking about. So I feel like there's a lot of people out there nowadays too. They try to sell a cheap, fast epoxy class because they want to make money on the class. Their goal isn't primarily always to get you feeling comfortable with the product. And we do classes here once a month. But it's a lot of hands-on and just a lot of fun. We spend a lot of time just working with product, working with resin. So I feel like the only way you get to be a better driver when you're a kid is driving the damn car. Thank you guys so much for all your support. Thanks for all the likes too. Thanks for the love. Thanks for all the new friend in Missouri. Well, you got a new friend in Grand Junction, Colorado. If you ever want to come out to a class, our next class, we're going to be doing some really fun floors and outdoor stuff. We do some of the most decorative, really high quality epoxy resin floors in the world. So hopefully some of you guys will be in class. It is getting full though, so you'll definitely want to sign up to that class somewhat soon.
Ray said it really is art. Well done. Hello from Odessa, Texas.
We're all about processes though, so for all those out there that think you have to be an artist here, just get a good look at my face. That represents also my art ability, and you'll realize, oh shit, I could do this no problem if you can do it. So
the way that charcoal and silver came out is just amazing.
See, a lot of little things we learn too, guys. You learn color patterns and stuff that just go well together. You learn really simple methods of getting them to go well together as well, because so often that is what makes you successful in these jobs, is being able to just basically know. I mean, what colors reflect, which ones don't. Sometimes like whites may hide something, they may, you might sink in and lose some of your metallics, so you just know not to spray it alongside of it. So we try to go over those details in class with you.
Dave said, I'm in Pueblo. How do we sign up for a class?
Dave, just link is in the bio, and thanks a lot, man. And you definitely come up to any class you want to. And any of those of you, we have a lot of people, most people fly across the country or the world or whatever to come to classes. But remember, you can fly right into Grand Junction, Colorado. You don't have to fly to Denver or anything. So
what is work time and cure time? Expensive.
This is actually pretty inexpensive for a new set of countertops. Work time, it's kind of cool. If you pour this out at a cooler temperature, you can work with this product for up to 2.5 hours. The last class we just had here a week ago, last week was our class, and we always do one, oh shoot, I'm about to lose my whole blubber there. We usually try to do this once per class, but it's a fun process where we'll take and have you mix all the product, apply it out to your boards, to your sample boards, then go to lunch, send you on a 2-hour lunch break, come back and finish all your samples, because we haven't torched them, so we still have plenty of time without that exothermic reaction setting off. So this class did that very successfully. What are you all grateful for today? What's everybody thankful for? I'm thankful for y'all. I'm thankful for my kids.
From Australia, we are doing our kitchen, and would have loved something like this. Can you ship to Africa?
We do. We ship to Africa, Australia. We ship all over the country, all over the world. So I may be going to South Africa this year to look at doing some jobs. I was in South Africa a few years ago, and I loved it. But I am looking at maybe coming back, so.
They said, who's talking?
I'm talking. Look Who's Talking. That's not that baby on Look Who's Talking, is it? So is that what you guys thought it was? So you get to see a ginger up close. It's just a blonde with high blood pressure.
Who's doing the voiceover, they said?
No voiceover. Oh, because somebody's probably heard me driving. Get out of my fucking way, you idiot. That's probably somebody heard that. Like, why are you driving 50 in the fast lane? Stop blocking traffic, and then they see me on a live, and I'm like, hello, guys.
Can you do this on a garage floor? Is it durable?
Very durable for a garage floor. And look how much fun, guys. I'm trying to keep all these little veins kind of straight. I'm trying to keep them really right angles, not too many curves. I don't want to, like, turn around. I don't like what I consider U-turns right on the actual piece. So I don't like where it goes here to the edge, and then you turn around. Let it track all the way off your piece, and then track all the way back on. And just look back at your whole piece, get different sizes of veins, but make sure everything is fractured, sharp right angles. And man, now that that product's setting up like that, it's so easy to have a really controlled vein. So it's fun because I'm having a lot of fun doing this, but I'm actually more excited to show you guys our bronze countertop because I'm really trying to get better at true metal. And true metal is it's a metal that we can polish on, trowel on, and then I can polish it later. And so I'm really excited that I did a countertop in a manner that I've been wanting to do for a while, but I'm not an expert with a true metal, so you might just watch me make a big mistake. And
What's your go-to?
countertopepoxy.com. This is our channel, and it really is hands down the best epoxy in the world. I mean, you can see why almost all the bigger contractors use our products, but it's very competitively priced. But if you actually look at all our carrying schedules and everything and our shorty ratings, we're the best in the market. So it's fun to be able to say that finally. It took us years to become the best. And one thing that I've been noticing lately, while we kept striving for excellence ever since the one main company that I don't want to say their name tried to buy us, it's like all they really did was take out any kind of quality the industry did have. So now you have a lot of people that have used what used to be good epoxies that are wondering why they have failures and things not working for them. So, you know, I ended up honestly just having to kind of invent the process and the products that we work with, like these countertops and whatnot. But I had a granite shop and I saw the writing on the wall. I figured it was something that wasn't going to last forever. So. Yeah, come out to a class and we'll talk about working together. So we have quite a few. We have about 5,000 installers around the world, and right now I think we have about 107 dealers or something like that. So you're always welcome to call us and we'll set up a talk. I'll call you, man. Hey, good to see you, Rodrigo. So come out to a class and let us know what projects you're working on, or call our office. The best surprise about working with a company like mine is the fact that when you get here and actually work with us, you'll realize everybody's nicer, prettier, and smarter. So I'm just the tip of the iceberg. I'm just the tip. When you get to the company, you'll realize you like the rest of it too. So.
I used Pro Marine for my countertops in my shop. I just made some with Promise Epoxy, and it's horrible.
Yeah, you know, there's so many random people that are really just bottling old brands and craft resins right now, unfortunately. So it's really hard for a lot of people to really know quality. So, and you do get what you pay for and everything in epoxy. There's no cheap trick to epoxy too. If you get a cheap epoxy, and unfortunately nowadays some of these people are charging so much an arm and a leg for their epoxy, and it is expensive to make, but then they're selling you this really cheap crap often that doesn't really hold up. So definitely you want to know what kind of product you're working with and what their exact recommended instructions are and whatnot.
Will it cure with bubbles?
It'll cure with bubbles, but this one here, we're going to torch them out before on this one. But remember, you will want to torch those before you quit for the day. So I'm really liking the fractures here, guys. But look at this. Most people, I guarantee you, would get sick of working this product because it's like taffy. It's like bubble gum. But man, once you learn to just be patient with it and let it do its own thing, that's your money right there. I'm liking this, guys. I'm excited personally. I'm going for an actual good white marble. And this is to all you dudes out there that are like, I'm not an artist, and you think it somehow speaks negatively of you if you try to be artistic. Be a damn artist. Pay your bills. Feed your kids. Whatever it is you're working for. Be as artistic as you think you can. There's nothing wrong with being artistic. Nothing wrong with being autistic.
How long do you have before you can't torch it anymore?
You know, depending on temperature and how long you had it in the pot, there's quite a few factors that can affect that. So, but usually, I mean, a good rule of thumb, you can easily work these for up to 2 hours before you have to do something about it, and you have to start watching about how long, then you're usually kind of getting locked out of them. So
I know what the yellow is.
the yellow is gold. And man, I am liking that. I'm trying to do a really unique fracture right now on everything. So, oh, don't do a cum drop.
Again, how do you get the bubbles out?
We'll torch them. So we'll show you guys. We'll show you how to get bubbles out. So I should repeat the question for you guys because often I hear the question. Michael tells me the question, and then I just start answering it because, as you guys can see, I'm not that good at doing the public speaking. And
Will you buff it at all?
I may buff this. I might actually want to sand in and polish this because we are pouring this really rough, like we say, like very, very set up, very cured, so that we can have a lot of the really sharp little fractures and lines and whatnot. But the one thing that you will notice that does to you, sometimes if it's not quite as level after we torch it, I mean, if I torch it well enough, I might not. But I love the way a buffed countertop looks anyways because I'll buff it and polish it, and sometimes you get just the best looks in the world like that. It's 500 degree temperature resistant, and that's to intermittent contact with heat. Now, boiling water at sea level should be 212 degrees Fahrenheit. So you have a pretty good buffer there, guys. So unless you're really like continuously burning it or something, and there's a video somewhere on our YouTube channel where I think I cook eggs and burn them in the actual pan and then set them on the countertop. So, and there's no edits.
People say that you have a calming, soothing voice, and someone said, "Can you read books so I won't have insomnia?"
Dude, you want to know who you guys really want to have read you books is Christopher Walken. Who's ever seen him do Max and Where the Wild Things Are? It is the best. I'm going to try to see if we can put that on our channel. That is who you want to read your bedtime stories. It's a little dark. You guys know who I'm talking about, Christopher Walken. He also does a Three Little Pigs bedtime story. It's amazing. But I do have years. I've memorized half the Dr. Seuss books because I read so much to my kids. I read to my kids every single night, every night. I usually read them Bible stories and stuff like that. Definitely. We actually do casting classes here too as well, and we do a lot of live edge tables and whatnot. So if you guys want, you're about to see the live edge piece slab the class just did. So this is getting pretty tacked up right now, so I'm just about to call it quits on my veining. But I don't know. I'm sure all you guys see is all the bubbles because I've been waiting. I don't want to torch it too much more intermittently until I'm done with all my accenting. But I think I'm about there now, and we'll see just how level I can get this piece. We are in western Colorado. It's called Grand Junction. We're the western side of the state over by the Utah border. Really pretty. We're kind of the more outdoorsy side of the state. So everybody that goes mountain biking, rafting, hunting, hiking, backpacking, it's usually somewhere near us. So this is kind of where one of the hottest places to fly into. Hot as in badass. So.
Oh, they like the icicle table behind you.
Oh, the icicle table, the glittersicle. Yeah, we were trying to hit everybody's glitterous with that. So just prove I could find even a man's glitterous. So our classes are 3 days, and it's a pretty in-depth day. So to come to a class of ours is definitely pretty in-depth. So you're mixing all day, pouring all day, applying again, mixing, pouring, and then we do classroom sessions. We try to go onto job sites as often as possible and try to have a lot of fun. And I feed you guys really well. There's a really good restaurant that we go to that serves pretty damn good food that I actually have never really heard a complaint out of that restaurant. Okay, now you notice this is really thick viscosity, but as you can see, the heat is just nice and slowly warming it up and letting it rest and soften up and kind of flow to where it wants to be, nice and level. Like I say, you want to be very patient with this. I'm going to just do this really quick, and then I'm going to start polishing and show you guys what's called True Metal. And it's our trowelable wall epoxy, but it's actually a pretty neat product we've been using that's Like what we troweled last week was bronze, so some of you guys might have seen our bronze table. And we are going to go back to see just how polished we can make that today. If you see, that's all the little micro bubbles popping. That's what we're trying to get rid of right there. So I'll probably torch this at like one angle direction across it, almost like you're spray painting, trying to make sure you don't miss any areas. And then I'll come back across, most likely at a 90 or a diagonal, and retorch the whole thing so everything gets it from two directions. I know you guys like to get it from two directions too. What's that? Yeah, my flooring torch, my weed burner, the torch I wanted to use is sitting right behind him, not working. I don't know what. I probably dipped the tip in epoxy or something like that. So, Lord knows what I did to it, but for whatever dumb reason, it's not working. So, because I pulled a Levi. But when you guys aren't watching, this is my flooring torch. I should not be doing this. Okay, this is going to be very sweet. Now I want a few divots in this, but just a little bit right now, only from clear alcohol, because I want to break everything in here below so I get a little bit more of a fractured effect out of it than I had before, a little more blurred. So, and I think that's turning out, y'all. Let me know what you think, and thank you guys so much for the follows and the likes. Please follow our channel, and we're going to keep on going over tons of stuff in the future. And is there anything I should cover before I move on to polishing?
Where do we get our epoxy from?
This is countertopepoxy.com, and we manufacture everything of ours in Wisconsin, and we ship it out globally from there. So definitely, if you have any questions, call our shop. And this right here is our black marble that we just did right here, and I am going to move on to polishing our true metal, which is also, it's a mix of epoxy, a two-component epoxy that actually has metal in it. So I'm going to show you it. I troweled kind of a pattern and did somewhat of a knockdown texture on this old, not a very fancy top. And yeah, you know what? This was all spray painted black or something like that. And I got a couple of rattle cans of spray paint. And I tried to be artistic. Ladies, this is for Vicky Schaefer. You guys should all go follow Vicky Schaefer. She's way better at doing stuff like this than I am. So I'm sure she'll make fun of me someday for this, but I attempted to do something like she does. And I kind of thought it was fun doing the fade. Make your little girl a table, or yourself if it turns out really badass. I'm looking at sand the tops off. I'm just kidding. If it turns out good, I'd always give it away. Now, I did spray our light turquoise over the top of this. And I coated 100% of the surface with that light turquoise because I know that as I sand into it, it should cut off the hard surface and just leave me kind of what's down underneath, which would be the bronze. So I'm hoping it gives me a really spiderweb textured effect of bronze and turquoise kind of contrasting. So if I did this correctly, I should get a really cool contrast going that should also polish nicely. Do we do what?
Do you torch no matter what?
No, our flooring epoxy is a lot different viscosity. It's more similar in viscosity to our casting resin, but a quicker setup. And most of the products like that, you only need to spray some alcohol, and that works very adequately for air bubbles. Some people even do that with just the countertop. Okay, I think this is actually going to expose that kind of textured wood grain very nicely. You know what? I'm not worried about a damn thing. So, but you know what? If you're in a customer's home, I would be very worried about that. So somebody on there is paying a lot of attention, I would totally get dust on this. This is a HEPA vac on a Festool, but still you could definitely get dust. In here, it says our training room. So we just keep going because we get to pour it again tomorrow and again the next day. So We have like 10 projects that'll probably go this afternoon in here. So yeah, we are starting. I don't know if you can tell, but we're starting to get that bronze color coming through just a little bit. So I'm gonna do something that's probably not correct. So if you guys out there are like, holy crap, what an idiot, you probably are right, and I'm probably wrong. But I'm putting 400 grit sandpaper on a buffer. And I've done this for years, and it seems to work pretty well. I'm just trying to see if I can get that first cut done. And it's a little soft still, dang it. I was hoping it was not going to be that soft, but you know what? I'll just try to not be so impatient with my Festool really quick. I'll run one more cut across the top, and then you'll really start seeing how it exposes that bronze, and it'll get beautiful. Oh yeah, that's gonna cut pretty quickly. I just really want to see that contrast between bronze and the turquoise. How is everyone today? What are you guys blessed? What's your biggest blessing today? Mine's definitely, I'd say, my children again today, and my office. I work with an awesome office. There's not a single person that I work with that I don't look forward to seeing at work, so. You know what? Waking up, that's half the battle, half the days, right? You get out of bed, keep that positive mental attitude, that's everything. Okay, that is, you guys, this is going to be the prettiest table you've ever seen, so I know you're probably getting disgusted with how patient you have to be, but just remember, if you wait long enough, it could be amazing. Wow, it is hard on sandpaper. I mean, it is true metal. It's actually an actual metal, so you definitely can tell how hard it is. Remember, all the initial work is really what matters the most, because then it'll polish very rapidly. But if you don't get that initial cut done, like what I'm doing right now, no matter how frustrating or slow it is, and no matter if it takes a few extra minutes, you're not going to want to move on to those next phases to polish this, because if you polish it too soon, you're going to be very sorry you ever did, because you're going to have to go right back down to the 400, 600, 1,000, whatever your lower cuts were, and start cutting again and do what you missed. So definitely, I've done that a few times where I'm almost up to a polish, and then I start noticing all these little areas I didn't quite cut enough. So remember, be patient now, not in 20 minutes. I'll clean this off real quick with some alcohol so you can kind of see what it's similar to what it's going to look like. It'll be a very high sheen of brass, but yeah. Yeah, this is actually light turquoise. And this is actually 99% isopropyl alcohol mixed with our mica powder. So if you can see that shimmer The alcohol, what's kind of neat about this is our alcohol actually somewhat melts the colors right down into the epoxy while the epoxy is still uncured. So it makes it, basically the alcohol just evaporates out, and then all those tiny little microscopic particles stay down in there as your color after it actually evaporates. And a really pure way to not add a lot of contaminants but still get a color down. I'm just about to wipe this off and we should start seeing what we're working with. Just kind of want this area right here to be a little bit exposed. I want to show you guys my live edge table out there too. It's going to be amazing. It's the one the class actually worked on, and you guys did an incredible job on it, and I think it'll be a beautiful table. I've already had quite a few people try to ask how much it would cost. And remember, everything here, you have to donate to our charities, show us a receipt, be a blessing to people around you, pay for shipping and handling or delivery or whatever we needed to do, and then you can buy anything we do. So we don't keep any of the money from any of the proceeds of stuff that comes out of this classroom. All right, now we'll see what I'm doing. Sometimes it's good to stop while you're ahead and do a quick wipe down, because you catch little things and find out you missed something. So I'm gonna just grab my alcohol and don't ever take a drink of this alcohol. Here we are. Ooh, it's turning out nice. There are wall epoxy. It travels down just like peanut butter. There we are, guys. You see that? That is what I'm looking for, y'all. I think that'll turn out nice. Yes, you can do verticals, ceilings, anything. This is a totally non-sag, but non-viscous material as well. So it doesn't actually flow like the other epoxies we sell. So this is a very thick, like peanut butter. You apply it and then you polish it down and stuff like that. So a lot different than other types of epoxy. And as you can see, the bronze is definitely hard. And the brass, sorry, not bronze, brass. I don't know why I say. Guys, I'm still learning my metals. All right, now I'm gonna run 600. Then I'm gonna go to 1,000. My little mess here. I think this will be, I'm gonna try, but if this does not work really well, I'm gonna go back onto my DA head. That's shining like crazy. That's unbelievable. Can you guys see that? Yeah. Now this is only 600. I'm gonna go to like 5,000 and then I'm gonna polish it, but I just troweled this texture in, guys. Troweled it, rolled it, and then knocked it down. Yeah, if it looks like I'm struggling, it's probably because I'm not. It's a little bit fresh. This is a variable speed buffer, so it's sort of built like on a grinder body, but it has a variable speed trigger, which is really nice, so you can run really low RPM. It also has a dial on the back. You can adjust that so you have like a max RPM, but it's really just my tool that I use just like a grinder, so I can skip a bunch of time instead of sanding. So yeah, it's my lazy man tool. Epoxy a car, we've had some people do it. I'm not saying it's something I recommend people doing, but we've had some success. Some people have success with it. just make sure you test a panel, make sure you sand, make sure you get a mechanical bond, all those things, because non-porous surfaces, you're never going to get chemically bonded to them that well, so you need that mechanical bond. Oh, this is going to be very, very, very shiny, I think. What?
Is True Metal something that our DIYers have access to?
If you're a DIYer and you want True Metal, I will make sure you have access to it. If it's something you really want to take on and learn. It is a very fun process. It's not that hard. It just takes some thought and some practice to make something really turn out sometimes the way you imagined it. And that only, all that the skill really comes in from being willing to take that time to go through the practice of learning how the material applies and everything. So, and how it polishes and everything like that. So, all right, I want to bump up to 1,000, but I'm going to polish really quick. I'm going to dust it really quick in between, just so we see. Make sure we're hitting what we want here. Oh yeah, dude, that is. Any of y'all sad? You think it's not going to look pretty? Just let me know. Let me know in the comments what you'd like to see next. I mean, this one here was sort of my attempt at sort of a wood grain, whatever look-alike, but let me know what you'd like to see. I'm wiping it down with alcohol and trying to clean it really quick, guys, because I'm going to bump up to a finer polish pad here now. So now I'm going to be going to 1,000. So it'll be a little shinier, but I'm going to run it up to 3,000, and then I'm going to run a foam back pad with polishing paste on it, and I should be able to get this very, very shiny by then. Okay, that is shinier already. Definitely. Thank you guys for watching along. I hope you guys are learning something. I think we're about to learn together here real quick. When I bump up to the 3,000, you're going to really see this top change. Then I'm going to polish it with some paste, and usually that's the next big major change you'll see. So hopefully right now, you probably can almost not even tell that's True Metal or anything that's even going to polish. Oh, but it's looking good. I am polishing this, and this is just metal. This is True Metal that I troweled on here, and I tried to trowel it. It's really like peanut butter when you trowel it on, and I tried to trowel it to look like kind of a wood grain, and then I took this light turquoise, and I sprayed this down on top, so it filled in all the lows of my pattern. And if you notice, my sanding particles are even leaving like dark areas and whatnot. I kind of like that, though. It's looking like a patinaed It's barely polishing right now. But here I'm about to hit 3,000, so this should maybe bring more of a polish out, and then I'm going to use a paste that should really polish it, and I might even hit 5,000. So, oh yeah. There you go, guys. That's what we were talking about. That's how it's supposed to shine, and that's just barely the beginning. We can shine it a whole lot more than this. But can you guys see that actual reflection starting on there? Yeah, that now in a shower or something like that, if you can have polished brass, real polished brass, I mean, you can do some of the highest end looks in any house in America on this. I've been practicing my white marble because I think I'm going to Martha's Vineyard to do a white marble swimming pool sometime this summer. So those are the kind of fun things that are challenges to me that make me love the R&D side of what I do every day. So now this is a foam backed 3000 grit polishing pad, and so you can see it is actually polishing significantly better than the other stuff we were using. We started out at 400, we hit 600, which I know we could have gone up more than that, but I kind of wanted more cut down in the lower, coarser grits, so that's why we stayed with it. So I'm going to run more than one pass on some of these areas here. So remember, now that you're up to 3,000, you should be able to actually just take your time and let that pad do its job. Let it polish that piece. So don't try to move back and forth too fast. Just keep a nice steady head movement on your sander. Keep your sander from slopping all around and walking or whatever. Don't dig it up on edge to edge. Just let the majority of the flat bottom of that pad do all the work possible. I don't know what y'all think, but I
am looking to get into the epoxy $200,000 a year practical.
yeah, if you actually can run an organized crew, you can very easily bring in 200K a year. But like I say, you'd want to really know what you're doing, be organized with it. Show up to a class too, and let us go over some of that with you, because we go do a lot of the more business marketing stuff like that, tactical. We measure stuff out so you can think about what types of jobs you'd have to be on for that to be a realistic thing. Success is not an accident. You always got to have a plan. If you don't plan something, you're planning to fail. So I love when people dream big, but then we just follow it up with plan and action. So all right, now back to my tool. Sorry about that. Now, I am just using a foam-backed 3000 grit pad here to do my polishing with, and I am wanting to just kind of disperse this around my top real fast here so I'm not splattering it all down my front. I end up looking like Stormy Daniels and Monica Lewinsky had a party in the White House once this polish gets everywhere. But remember, this is a polish, so don't be afraid to spend your time with head speed. Not too much, you don't want to get too much heat going on, but you should be able to really polish until you start seeing that discoloration, and that's cleaning and lathering and really actually where the polish is coming from. So that discoloration shows that this head is actually cutting. If you don't have any discoloration, you know your head's not cutting adequately. I don't know, I'm not too depressed with this. I think it's going to look really good. I think this is going to be a really nice polish here. Okay, I'm going to grab my final pad here. Not my maxi pad. I'm going to grab my pad here and I'm going to clean us up. And you guys can be like, look, we just waited that long and he still can't polish a damn piece. Ooh, outdoor patio globe. I like that. That is a good idea, guys. That would be a fun one to do, would it not? Let's see now. Maybe some of my apron up. Just a little bit of it.
What kind of primer would you recommend for a tub?
The tubs, just make sure they're really clean, really free of debris, and then just use our tub and sink coating. And then you would not want a primer because it would probably actually hinder the bond. So, okay. Don't want my pad to totally fall apart here, but there we are. Now I'm going to polish it with a few dry ones and see what we get out of this. See how nice it turned out. I hope you guys can see the actual polished metal portion because, man, it is gleaming in person. So. That is. Yeah, can you see that how we expose that? Let me know. You can vote. That is my first ever time I've wood grained with it, so I think I can get better, but let me know what you don't like. I do think I need a little more graining and not quite as much stimpling in there, but thank you guys so much for following us along on this live. I'm going to be polishing some open end grain on Pecky Cypress here. So this looks like a smeared poop design, I know, but this is actually going to be Pecky Cypress end grain that we're going to polish, and I'll show you how you can have filled brass holes in wood. Sometimes that's a classy look. People prefer more than just epoxy fill. And then, of course, some of you guys were present here on Friday when we trialed this out and rolled our stenciling on this countertop. But I am going to finish sanding and polishing this here this afternoon if I can, and show you just what you can get out of using it as a stencil on an existing countertop. So thank you guys so much. Please hit the follow button or the subscribe or whatever you want to. Let us know through Q&A what you'd rather see if we didn't cover something or what we maybe skipped. And let us know how we can help you. I hope you have an awesome day. Go kill a pedophile, and God bless you guys. See you this afternoon. I love how that polished. Real true metal. That is beautiful. Yeah, good colors, Michael. That turned out pretty sweet. I'll torch it once more too, and we should be able to get that really glass.